In a quiet, eerie town surrounded by a dense, dark forest, there was an old, spooky house. People talked about it in hushed voices because they believed strange things happened there. On a night with a full moon glowing brightly, something really scary was about to happen. A young man had come to this remote town to study. Nobody knew his name, and he lived all alone in that spooky house. He chose it because he thought it was a peaceful, quiet place to study. He didn't know about the scary stories people told about the house. These stories said the house was haunted, with weird sounds and ghosts living there. But the young man was completely unaware of this. To him, it was just a calm place for studying. One chilly autumn evening, as the sun disappeared and the moon rose high, the young man decided to stay home alone. It turned out to be a very bad choice. He watched as the last light of day faded away, and his heart started to race with fear. At night, the house seemed to come alive. It made creaking and groaning noises, as if trying to tell him something scary. The wind outside howled like a ghost, and the young man felt more and more scared. He tried to keep busy with everyday things, but he couldn't ignore the feeling that something was very wrong. At midnight, a faint, spooky voice started calling his name from the dark corners of the house. It was a voice he couldn't see, just a scary sound. Terrified, the young man explored the house, following the light of his candle. The walls had a strange, black goo on them, and the air felt heavy and strange. It was like the house itself was trying to trap him. In the dim light, he found a room hidden behind a heavy, tattered curtain, a room he had never seen before. This room had a weird, red light, and his heart raced as he cautiously went inside. At its center stood an ornate mirror, like something out of a fairy tale. When he looked in the mirror, he didn't see his own reflection. Instead, he saw the face of a sad, nameless child, trapped in a nightmare. The young man reached out to touch the mirror, and the glass surface rippled like water, pulling him into something incredibly scary. In that moment, the young man lost everything about himself, his name, his identity, everything. He became a part of the house, just another lost soul stuck in its scary walls. Nobody would ever know his name because he had become one with the spooky secrets hidden in the house. Even now, the people in town talk about that haunted house, the one where a nameless student came to study and lived all alone. Nobody goes near it after dark because they are scared of what might be inside. And the young man? He's still there, lost in the darkness, a forgotten soul in a house with no name, forever tormented by the dreadful night he spent alone. The townspeople learned about the terrifying night through the eerie whispers of the house itself, as if it was sharing its dark secrets with them, an unspeakable tragedy that forever changed their quiet town.